There is a hidden cost of awakening. There is a dangerous misunderstanding surrounding transformation. Most people believe awakening immediately produces peace. Historically, it does not. First, it produces separation, not always physical separation, but perceptual separation. The chosen begin seeing things they once normalized. Conversations become revealing. Rooms become readable. Patterns become undeniable. What once looked like friendship begins looking transactional. What once looked like love begins looking conditional. What once looked like support begins looking like monitoring spirits disguised as concern. This is where the soul enters one of the most difficult passages: the collapse of your psychological innocence. Ancient teachings warned about this stage repeatedly because once the eyes open, they do not fully close again. The chosen start recognizing how entire systems condition people to betray themselves for acceptance, how workplaces reward emotional suppression, how families sometimes protect dysfunctional more aggressively than truth, how social groups unconsciously punish authenticity, how many relationships survive only through silence, pretending, hiding who you really are, and by you also tolerating disrespect. This realization can become spiritually devastating, at least at first, because the chosen often discover that much of their suffering was connected to unconscious agreements they never realized they made. The agreement to stay quiet, the agreement to remain emotionally available no matter the cost, the agreement to tolerate disrespect in exchange for belonging, the agreement to lower their standards so others would not feel intimidated, the agreement to remain wounded because healed people disturb wounded environments. Many people never wanted the chosen healed, not consciously, but psychologically, because healed people interrupt unhealthy systems. A healed person begins to ask questions. Unhealthy systems cannot survive those questions. Questions like what is or why is exhaustion normal here? Why is disrespect tolerated here? Why is manipulation rewarded here? Why must truth remain hidden for the relationship to continue? There were societies that understood something modern culture avoids discussing. Every environment feeds on something. Some environments feed on creativity. Some feed on discipline. Some even feed on wisdom. And some feed on the emotional depletion of gifted people. This is why many chosen individuals feel exhausted in certain rooms before anything even happens verbally. The soul detects consumption before the mind explains it. Human beings unconsciously assign roles to one another: the caretaker, the rescuer, the listener, the overgiver, the peacemaker, and the absorber of pain. Once assigned, people become emotionally punished for stepping outside their role. The moment the chosen stop absorbing dysfunction, others experience withdrawals, and withdrawal often disguises itself as anger. And this is why boundaries trigger hostility in people who benefited from your lack of them. Not because boundaries are wrong, because access changed. The chosen become unrecognizable because they stop participating in emotional self-destruction disguised as loyalty. Ancient wisdom traditions taught that identity is often built through repetition of emotional experiences. If a child repeatedly experiences rejection, they may unconsciously become rejection conscious. If a person repeatedly experiences betrayal, they may unconsciously reorganize their life around avoiding being abandoned. The personality slowly becomes a survival. This means many people are not expressing themselves. They are expressing accumulated survival responses. But the chosen eventually encounter a breaking point where survival no longer feels like living. This moment is spiritually significant because pain finally becomes insufficient as an identity. And once suffering no longer defines the chosen, transformation accelerates rapidly. Suddenly, they stop apologizing for needing peace, stop over explaining their worth, stop begging for reciprocity, stop chasing emotionally unavailable people, stop remaining in spiritually draining environments. And outsiders interpret this transformation incorrectly. They call it pride, distance, coldness, detachment. But often the chosen are simply recovering from years of psychological abuse and psychological exhaustion. Throughout history, powerful systems understood that exhausted people are easier to control. Exhausted minds do not question deeply. Exhausted souls do not imagine differently. Exhausted people seek relief more than truth. And this is why ancient oppressive systems frequently attack rest, reflection, literacy, community memory, and spiritual development. A person disconnected from inner wisdom becomes dependent upon external instruction. A modern society still operates through this principle: constant stimulation, constant distraction, constant comparison, constant emotional overload. Why? Because distracted people rarely discover themselves. See, the chosen become dangerous the moment they become internally anchored. Once a person no longer requires constant approval, fear will lose leverage. This is why many chosen individuals suddenly lose relationships during the transformation. Not because they became worse, because they became harder to manipulate. See, many individuals do not love authenticity. They just love things that are familiar. Just stay familiar. Stay what gives me comfort. Stay what gives me ease. Because what is familiar and keeps a person comfortable can exist even inside dysfunction. People often remain loyal to versions of you. That version made them comfortable. The healed version introduces shock waves into the atmosphere because there are new standards, new awareness, new expectations, and new emotional honesty. And many people would rather preserve comfort, go along to get along. Why? They'd rather have comfort than confront truth. History repeatedly shows prophets rejected by familiar environments first. See, the chosen often become celebrated by strangers before understood by those closest to them. And it's not that the closest to them finally get it. It's because the closest to them realizes that they would like to be celebrated with you. They want to take on the role that they were always your support system, how they always loved you, because they want to experience it as well. They can't help themselves from trying to manipulate you to the point when you find your tribe, they actually believe they can manipulate them. See, for you, those strangers will meet the transformed self first. But familiar people compare the transformed self against outdated memory, what you used to do. An outdated memory becomes a prison if it is allowed to define your destiny. See, the chosen must eventually stop asking permission to evolve. There is a difference between attention and spiritual sight. Many people looked at you for years without truly seeing you. They saw that you were a tool to be used. You were a rug to be stepped on. They saw you as a function. You were available and you provided emotional service. But they did not see essence. They never saw the truth of you. When you become genuine and authentic, they must see your essence and they feel it before they see it. And so the chosen become unrecognizable because essence eventually rises above being inauthentic before anything you do. Your energy fields. Let them know. He is not who you used to know. Beware. She doesn't do what she used to do. Beware. And that essence carries authority, not loud, but grounded. The kind that no longer trembles before rejection. The kind that no longer negotiates with disrespect. The kind that no longer confuses suffering with spiritual assignment. The chosen were never becoming less of themselves during the awakening process. They were shedding the accumulated versions of themselves that having to survive created. The fearful self, the begging self, the performing self, the over-explaining self, the self trained to survive rooms that never deserved entry into the soul. And when those false layers begin collapsing, the observers, the opposition of your soul begins to panic because they mistake the old you for your present identity. They don't want to see anything else. They will disregard the new you. But they have to understand, which they don't. Your soul knows the difference. The soul recognizes truth even when the world does not. This is why the chosen often feel internally peaceful while externally misunderstood. Because for the first time in their life, they are no longer betraying themselves for being accepted. And perhaps that is the greatest deliverance of all. The chosen become unrecognizable because the false self finally becomes too exhausting to carry. It is a weight you would gladly lift away. And see, what the world calls transformation, your ancient wisdom calls it remembering. You are transforming into who you were called to be. You remember that who you were trying to be is not who you were called to be. Thank you for visiting my channel. May your soul be blessed. Stay covered, stay conscious, and stay undefeated. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.